I just keep hearing that the karmic reckoning has already begun. And if this is for you, you are on the outside looking in. Because you chose to face the mirrors and you didn't attack them. And if this is for you, I want to tell you in the past week, you have had to release attachments to things, people, and situations that no longer serve your higher purpose or your soul's calling. And if this is for you, I want to tell you that you stopped accepting the old story. And now the messengers that you're watching tell on themselves, their admissions of guilt are proof that you are no longer looping, that you have already stepped into what was already written for you. You have already anchored yourself in a new frequency. And I just keep hearing that this karmic reckoning is almost being referred to as like the Hunger Games of the shadows. And it's like the illumination of all the illusions. And for those whose truths they've been avoiding have finally resurfaced. And it's almost like, you know, in the movie when they like come up and that final bell sounds, but their eyes are still adjusting. It's like those who avoided the truths are recognizing that they are now only fighting themselves, their egos, and the projections and manifestations of their shadows. That the mirrors they attacked, the accountability they tried to escape, the fingers of blame that they pointed, and what they projected on others has returned. Because this reckoning, it's always to realize that what you attack was always a reflection of you that you refuse to accept. And if this is for you, I want to tell you that you are avidly watching people who ignored the whispers of their soul. And those whispers have now become the echoes of the shadows. Because the source was always the same. And it was always them. And you understand this because you too once found yourself in the same arena. You too once found yourself in your own reaping, your own karmic reckoning, where you too had to face your shadows, where you too had to confront your demons. And if this is for you, I want to tell you that you have avidly been pushed in the past week to recognize again, and that's how I want to say that again, that your boundaries are for you. Your boundaries are not punishment, because you have no control over others. And your boundaries are to keep you from misusing your own power. And if this is for you, I want to tell you that you are avidly watching the blowback and the pushback on said boundaries, because people are realizing that they can't get through, that no amount of attempted conversation, and I want to say no amount of bypassing, no amount of attempting to bypass your boundaries is working. It's like every avenue is access denied, and it's almost like they were warned. They were warned multiple times to confront their own demons, to confront their own illusions, and the stories and the old narratives that they were perpetuating in their mind. It's like where they had cast you as the villain, they're recognizing now that you were purposefully placed as the light to help them confront their own demons. But like I said, they chose to attack the mirror, they chose to point the finger, and they chose to project. And now, because you have been removed, like you're watching through the screen, you're watching from the other side. And all you can do is hold that space, is to hold that anchor. Because you know that we all come to this moment. And for the ego to collapse is to face the shadows. To find the gift, one must first face the shadows. Karmic reckoning has begun. And if this is for you, I want to tell you that you've been watching the energy increase in the last 24 to 48 hours. The things that people are doing are proof that their ego can no longer be outrun. And you are not meant to be collateral damage. You didn't attack the mirror, no matter what it did. You recognized it for exactly what it was, and it's time for them to recognize their own mirror. Love you guys.